Hey everybody, Kirk Schroeder here, NorCal Bodyboarding Association admin, here for the first interview. We're going to do a series of interviews of riders. Jay McGill's here with us. He's going to answer some questions in a minute, and we got a lot of wind, but it's offshore, and you're going to get the trade-off's going to be some nice waves in the background for this. So I'm gonna get behind the camera and we're gonna talk to Jay for a minute, and then we're gonna paddle out. So thanks, Jay, for being here.
My pleasure.
So where do you live, Jay?
Here in Sausalito.
Yeah. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit up here and get a little behind the car here. Can you just take a couple steps back, Jay?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Sausalito, so right on the other side of the valley.
About 13 minutes from here, 14 minutes, depending on the red light at the tunnel. Sausalito, my home spots are mostly Fort Point, Ocean Beach, and then this place here, Cronkite. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, when did you first start surfing here? Have you been in Marin for a long time?
I lived up in Sebastopol for 15 years when I began bodyboarding. I had never been a surfer. I was a diver for many years, so ocean oriented. However, I started in the year 2000. I guess I was 41 or something like that.
When you first started bodyboarding?
Yeah.
41?
Yeah. I turned 42 in April of 2001 or 2000. I think it was 2000. And I went out to Northern Lights Surf Shop and bought a boogie board. I put my diving wetsuit on. The guy there, Nick, he opened the shop. He goes, "The surf is up now. Go out there now." Park.
Dive right in.
And I got in there and I caught a wave, and I've been catching them ever since. I haven't stopped.
Wow.
24 years. I've had a couple of injuries, a couple of sicknesses and whatever, but I really haven't stopped. 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
I go, and since I retired from the fire department 7 years ago. I've been going about every other day. So I write it in a book. So the last few years, 180 times a year.
Wow.
So
wow.
What happened to me was, so I was new and I came here to Cronkite because I was commuting from Sebastopol to San Leandro in the fire department.
For work?
Yeah,
oh my God. And you guys have crazy shifts, right?
Yeah, but they're crazy, but there's a lot of, you can live far away with that schedule. It's just that way.
Because you sleep there. Right?
Yeah, and so I was commuting, and I wanted to try to surf every day, try to bodyboard every day. So I would get up at 4:30 in Sebastopol and drive here to Cronkite. This is like in 2001. I'd drive here to Cronkite, get in the water at 5:30 at very first light, the faintest light I was getting in the water.
You were the first guy out.
Yeah, I was the first guy out, but a
time.
couple other guys were here before work too. And I remember Otis, tall Otis, he surfs here.
Yeah. Was he a firefighter too?
He's a firefighter.
Yeah.
I just saw him today, in fact. Ran into him in town. But he was here, and there's a few of us here, regulars. Well, I'd surf for an hour, and then I'd hurry on to get to San Leandro to work. And I'm paddling out. I'm riding a wave here at say 7 a.m. I'm screaming down East 14th Street, driving the fire engine at 8:05.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty good.
One adrenaline rush to the other, kind of. I bet you were primed and ready for work by the time you got there.
Absolutely. I was tired, and then as years went by, I quit doing that.
You start falling asleep in the afternoon.
It got my sessions in, and it got my skills up.
Yeah.
And I was
totally.
coming to this place like 80 times a year. And I kind of graduated. I don't want to say graduated, but I just started going to the city more. Ocean Beach has a bit more world-class wave.
Yeah, definitely. Where have some of your best sessions been, like outside of the San Francisco Bay Area? Just any memorable ones? You don't have to be specific about location, just general.
North of here, Sonoma County spots, Mendocino County spots, even Humboldt County. Those have been the most memorable because they're the most remote and pristine places.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best waves, however, there's a couple spots on the North Coast that really do turn out some world-class waves. But yeah, those are most memorable, and I still do it. I was just up there in Mendocino County like 2 weeks ago. I've surfed it about 4 times this year.
takes a lot of commitment to go up there and find waves. I know it's not like, even if you lived up there, it's
you know, I was married and then I
work.
wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying my wife left me over surfing, but in 2007 in Sebastopol, my marriage split up and I weighed about 25 pounds more.
Mm.
And I literally surfed my ass off when I got that divorce. I lost like 25 pounds, something like that.
Yeah.
And I've been the same weight, healthy weight right now. But yeah, so yeah, commitment for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know how conducive to relationships is when you commit to go and surf on a regular, your partner's got to be on board with it.
Absolutely. I mean, I know that's like an issue that a lot of us deal with, and it's, you know, bodyboarding is an important part of our lives. And I mean, I look at you, I see the stoke, and I'm just really inspired to see that, you know, to see you surfing so much in your retirement. I know I've had to like just go through a major injury and take time out of the water, like significant time for the first time ever. And I know I worked around with a lot of firefighters, and I kind of know that they're sort of notorious for being sort of broken by the time they retire. A lot of guys, I know it's really demanding work, and
I think I was lucky.
You're doing great.
I
Kudos.
skated through there without getting too banged up.
Yeah.
I got a little back issues. I got bone-on-bone arthritis in both shoulders.
Yeah, you were telling me you do some modifications sometimes when you paddle.
Yeah, I paddle on my back. I swim on my back like an otter, trailing my board behind me, kind of going like this, you know. It makes me happy looking up at the sky, you know, and animals seem to like to come around me. A sea lion 2 days ago at the fort was surfing a wave.
Oh yeah?
You know, you don't see that too often. And it popped up and had some teeth, you know, but he wasn't aggressive. But they come around me a little bit.
Yeah, you look familiar.
Yeah, you look more animal-like.
Yeah.
You know, we're different than the stand-up surfers, you know?
Yeah.
We're more in the water.
Yeah.
And we're more of the water and of nature, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I know I can relate to that connection, just being close to the wave. I mean, it sounds like you fell in love with that right away, and it's just been...
I fell in love with it instantly.
Yeah.
My wife hated it. But that's a whole other story.
I know once you're in that wave, it's only you, man. That's what it is. So yeah, we're checking the waves. We're about ready to head out. Any last notes you want to share with the group, Jay?
I would just like to share my stoke as being part of this Northern California bodyboarding community. You know, there's a meetup in Oregon. That's the Pacific Northwest group is meeting up, but we've had meetups here at Cronkite. I guess there's been one in Santa Cruz. I'm not sure. But anyway, I just want to say, hey, this is great to feel like a part of a community. So everybody get out there and you know, start ripping.
Yeah. Woo. All right. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it.
You bet.
All right.